Choose one of these 5 images. It reveals how you perceive your spirituality and the way you connect with the universe around you. Today, I invite you to embark on a journey to the heart of your spirituality. Each of us has a unique way of connecting with higher energies, with the invisible and intangible, yet paradoxically, also present in our daily lives. In this brief experience, I invite you to choose one of the 5 images offered. Each one holds a profound meaning that will help you understand how you perceive your spirituality and how you find balance in what matters most to you. Observe each image carefully. Let your heart, not your mind, guide you toward the one that resonates most with your inner self. There is no wrong choice. Each image says something about you, about your path to spiritual balance. So, which one will you choose? For those who choose the image of a forest pierced by rays of sunlight filtering through the trees, spirituality is deeply tied to nature, its peace, and its harmony. This image symbolizes the peace, harmony, and tranquility that can only be found by fully surrendering to nature and its rhythms. In this context, spirituality becomes a deeply personal and intimate experience. For these individuals, contact with nature represents the only true way to find inner peace and balance. The choice of this scene speaks volumes about how we perceive our place in the world. We all seek a place that allows us to rest from the tumult of daily life, a space where we can rediscover our inner harmony. The forest, illuminated by sunlight, is the symbol of this space where we can reconnect with ourselves. As human beings, we are deeply connected to nature. Our bodies, minds, and souls are part of a larger system in which every element has its place and meaning. When we are surrounded by nature, this becomes clear and evident. From a spiritual perspective, the forest pierced by rays of sunlight can also symbolize the process of healing. The light filtering through the foliage can be a metaphor for the inner light that guides us through life's difficult moments. When we choose this image, we often feel that there is something in our spiritual journey that is leading us toward something better, toward healing. It may be precisely in the peace and tranquility offered by nature that we find a deeper understanding of ourselves and our lives. Spirituality tied to nature is also characterized by the fact that it requires neither words, dogmas, nor complex practices. It is a return to the original state of being, where our only compass is our intuition and our intimate sense of unity with the world around us. In this sense, the forest, as a symbol of spirituality, is a space that imposes nothing but offers the possibility of fully immersing ourselves in what is true and authentic. The choice of this scene may also indicate a person seeking a deep connection with nature, whether through meditation in a forest, walks along mountain trails, or simple moments of silence in the heart of nature. For these individuals, nature becomes not only a place of rest, but also a space where they experience their most spiritual moments. It is there, among the trees and plants, that they find answers to the questions that concern them. As human beings, we often forget this fundamental connection that unites us with nature. Immersed in the hustle and bustle of daily life, we forget how much we can gain by spending time in simple conditions, far from technology and human problems. The choice of an image of a forest bathed in sunlight may thus serve as a reminder of the importance of pausing from time to time to allow ourselves to savor the peace and tranquility that contact with nature provides. When we contemplate an image of a forest, we may feel how our body responds to that soft, natural light. It can evoke a sensation that reminds us of what is most important in life: simplicity, harmony, and connection with the natural. For many, spirituality tied to nature is precisely this: a simplicity and harmony that allow us to fully relax and free ourselves from mental and emotional burdens. The choice of this scene may also indicate a person seeking balance and harmony in their life. In forests, in nature, we find not only beauty, but also a way to better understand ourselves and our emotions. It is precisely nature that becomes the place where we find inner peace, the kind that allows us to connect more deeply with ourselves. Spirituality tied to nature is, in most cases, a silent but deeply felt journey, where there is no room for haste or stress. It is a spirituality that allows us to fully appreciate every moment of life, every moment spent in harmony with nature. The choice of the image of a tree with robust roots and vibrant, colorful branches indicates a spirituality deeply rooted in the balance between inner strength and the energy that flows through the entire universe. This scene symbolizes the connection with the earth and the boundless energy emanating from the universe. This tree, which connects the sky and the earth, is a manifestation of strength, stability, but also constant development and expansion toward unknown spaces. For those who choose this image, spirituality is not just a fleeting state, but a lifelong process. On one hand, the tree's roots symbolize a deep connection with the earth, with what is primal, stable, and real. On the other, the branches stretch upward toward the light, seeking the infinite, as if aspiring to touch the divinity and ultimate wisdom of the universe. This image reflects the balance between the earthly and the spiritual, between the tangible and the transcendental. The spirituality of those who choose the image of a tree is thus holistic. They understand that true strength and balance come from the ability to connect different dimensions of reality. Just as a tree grows and develops in perfect harmony with nature, these individuals strive to develop their inner potential, both physically and spiritually. The roots provide them with stability, while the branches allow them to explore new possibilities. The choice of this scene may also indicate a person aware of their inner strength and the importance of nurturing their inner world, while not being afraid to step out of their comfort zone to pursue greater development. This is a person who combines self-work with a desire to bring positive energy to the external world. They feel that spirituality is not limited to contact with something higher, but also encompasses daily life, relationships with others, and the world around them. For these individuals, spirituality is a creative process. It resembles the growth of a tree, which begins by sprouting in the earth as a small plant, and then extends its branches toward the sun in search of light and energy. It is also a process of constant exchange. On one hand, they draw energy from their roots, and on the other, they radiate it outward. These individuals know that it is only by integrating the different aspects of their lives that they can reach their full spiritual potential. This is the path of those who understand that to grow spiritually, one must be willing to adapt and change, like a tree that adjusts to varying external conditions. By choosing the image of a tree with solid roots, you also show your readiness to use your inner power responsibly. You know how important it is to be aware of your own strength, but also when and how to use it. The roots give you stability, and the branches allow you to pursue your dreams and goals. The spirituality associated with this scene represents the ability to harmoniously balance strength and delicacy, inner power and humility. Through this vision, spirituality also becomes a process of opening to change and growth. The person who chooses this image is ready to face the challenges life imposes while maintaining their balance and fidelity to their inner core. On one hand, they draw strength from deeply rooted values and beliefs, and on the other, they are capable of adapting to a constantly changing world. This is a person who bets on development while never forgetting their roots and what truly matters. The spirituality associated with the image of the tree is also the ability to find inner harmony that allows one to live in peace with oneself and the world. Just as a tree draws nourishment from the energy of the earth and the sun, this person connects their spiritual life to their daily life, seeking peace, meaning, and growth within it. The choice of the image of a human figure meditating amidst galaxies and stars points to a spirituality deeply connected to cosmic consciousness, to the search for a connection with the infinite expanse of the universe. For those who choose this scene, spirituality is not just a physical experience, but a profound and transcendental journey aimed at understanding and connecting with the energy of the entire cosmos. Meditation becomes a tool here, not only for finding inner peace, but also for discovering higher truths about existence, time, space, and the nature of reality. The spirituality of these individuals rests on the belief that everything in the universe is interconnected, that our inner energy is part of a larger cosmic plan. The choice of this scene may indicate that the person seeks to understand themselves, not only in the context of their personal life, but also in that of the entire universe. They search for a deeper meaning that transcends the material aspects of life. The cosmic background of this vision shows how spirituality can be perceived as a process of connecting with something greater, an unlimited energetic world in which each individual is but a part of the whole. Meditation, symbolized by this image, becomes a means of reaching the highest levels of consciousness. Those who choose this scene feel a deep need for inner silence and calming their mind to fully experience what is invisible and imperceptible to the senses. This is a spirituality focused on inner exploration, self-discovery, and uncovering one's own nature through contact with the energy of the cosmos. For these individuals, meditation is not merely a relaxing practice, but a profound act of self-investigation and exploration of their role in the universe. Meditation in a cosmic space also symbolizes an attempt to integrate the body, mind, and soul. By choosing this image, it can be observed that, for these individuals, it is important to understand how these three aspects interact to form a complete whole. Their spirituality is often tied to the effort to unite these three levels in a harmonious process, where each part, whether material or immaterial, receives equal attention. It is precisely through this process of harmonization and integration that they seek to achieve a higher state of consciousness and spiritual enlightenment. The image of a person meditating among the stars may also refer to individuals who, in their spirituality, focus on independent and intimate self-work. These are people who seek truth not in external dogmas, but within themselves, at the deepest level of their consciousness. Their spirituality is tied to an individual experience, not to a religious space or external teachings. Rather than seeking answers in their environment, these individuals look inward, attempting to connect with the universal, with what exists beyond time and space. The spirituality based on meditation in a cosmic space is often associated with a strong sense of unity with the universe. The choice of this scene may indicate that the person perceives themselves as an integral part of this vast universe, where everything has its place and meaning. Their spiritual development consists of tuning into the rhythm of the universe, with its energy and vibrations. Meditation then becomes a bridge that connects them to the limitless power and wisdom emanating from the cosmos. Just as the stars in space, those who choose this scene are often fascinated by the mysteries of existence, seeking answers to fundamental questions about the meaning of life, our role in the universe, and what it truly means to be conscious of one's existence. Their spirituality is not limited to the boundaries of the body or mind, but transcends the material world toward a broader, intangible reality. The choice of this vision may also suggest a desire to discover deeper truths about oneself and the world through contemplation and meditation. For these individuals, the key to spiritual development lies in the ability to be present in the moment, to fully immerse themselves in consciousness, and to experience life in its purest form. This is a journey that does not take place in physical space, but in the space of the mind and soul, toward higher levels of understanding and connection with the infinite universe. The choice of the image of a dark cave, where the only source of light is a lit fire, indicates a spirituality based on deep introspection, confronting one's own fears and inner shadows. This image symbolizes a space where one can discover their true self, but only by facing the parts of our psyche that usually remain unconscious, hidden in the darkness. For those who choose this scene, spirituality is a process of transformation that requires courage to confront their own fears, pains, and unconscious aspects of themselves. The darkness of the cave is a metaphor for the unconscious, and the fire that illuminates it symbolizes the inner strength that helps shed light on the areas of our lives we prefer to avoid. By choosing this image, you suggest that spirituality for you is a process of deep purification, where you must face difficult emotions, past experiences, and hidden fears. This is a spirituality tied to what is known as the dark night of the soul, a period of crisis that forces reflection on one's self, one's past, life, and beliefs. For those who choose this scene, spirituality is often perceived as a path of self-knowledge that demands total sincerity with oneself and a willingness to accept one's weaknesses and shadows. In general, this is a journey that involves suffering but also leads to profound healing. These individuals may feel that it is only by going through difficult experiences and confronting their inner demons that they can achieve true inner freedom. The choice of the image of the fire in a dark cave may also indicate a person who finds security in solitude, in the process of meditation and introspection. This is a person who realizes that true transformation begins from within, in an often solitary but necessary inner journey for spiritual development. The spirituality associated with this vision is a process that does not involve seeking external answers, but undertaking deep self-work that requires courage and determination. The fire in this image also symbolizes the passion that can help overcome darkness. It is not only the light that allows us to see what is hidden, but also the inner energy that provides the strength to transform weaknesses into strengths. Those who choose this image often have a strong need to go through a process of purification, to free themselves from the past, fears, and negative beliefs that may hinder their development. For them, spirituality is a path to discovering the truth about themselves and the world, a path filled with challenges but also transformation and ultimate liberation. The person who chooses this scene is often someone who consciously decides to go through a difficult process of emotional purification. This may be a person who has experienced difficult life events and is seeking a deeper meaning in them. The cave as a space for introspection and the fire as a symbol of transformation form an ideal image for someone who is not afraid to dive into the darkness and confront their own shadow areas to emerge stronger and more aware. The spirituality associated with this image is often perceived as a form of therapy and self-healing, with the ultimate goal of a full understanding of oneself, one's traumas, and weaknesses. In this sense, the fire in the dark cave is a symbol of the healing process, which can be painful but also incredibly purifying. By choosing this scene, the person may indicate their readiness to work on themselves and transform difficult emotions and experiences into something that will become the foundation of their spiritual strength. Spirituality, in this case, is a kind of catharsis, a purification of the soul through the experience and suffering of pain, fear, and sadness, in order to later savor inner freedom and peace. It is also a journey toward the integration of shadows, that is, the acceptance of those parts of oneself that were previously rejected or ignored. In this sense, the spirituality tied to the image of the cave and fire is a path toward wholeness, toward inner harmony that can only be achieved by accepting all aspects of oneself. The choice of the image of majestic mountains and a peaceful river, illuminated by the soft light of the moon, indicates a spirituality based on simplicity, harmony, and contemplation. This image is a symbol of the inner peace that comes from deep reflection, meditation, and connection with the natural rhythm of life. Those who choose this scene generally perceive spirituality as a process of inner calm that allows them to live in full harmony with themselves and the world. The river flowing peacefully through the valley symbolizes the flow of life, while the mountains represent stability, symbolizing our ability to maintain inner balance no matter the external storms. The spirituality of these individuals is deeply tied to the idea of peace, inner harmony, and simplicity. By choosing this scene, you suggest that spirituality for you is a space where you can find silence and balance. The river flowing through the mountains is a symbol of the fluidity of life, which follows the rhythm of nature, without haste or obligations. For those who choose this scene, spirituality is not about seeking extreme experiences or mystical ecstasies, but about daily seeking harmony and balance in the simplicity of existence. This is a contemplative, silent, and moderate spirituality that allows one to find meaning in every moment. The choice of an image of mountains and a river may also indicate that the person seeks spiritual stability in a balanced and peaceful life. The mountains, immovable and majestic, symbolize stability, while the river reminds us of the ever-changing nature of life, jhan everything is in constant motion. Those who choose this image know that true spirituality lies in reconciling these two forces, variability and stability. The mountains remind them to stay true to their inner principles and values, while the river encourages them to be flexible, fluid, and accepting of changing circumstances. The spirituality associated with this image is also marked by contemplation and reflection, leading to a deep understanding of oneself and one's place in the world. Often, these individuals spend time alone to fully experience their inner world. It is only in this peace and tranquility that they can establish a true connection with the universe. By choosing this image, the person seeks a place where they can calm down, disconnect from external stimuli, and dive into their inner self. This is a spirituality that does not seek spectacular experiences, but finds meaning in the simplicity of existence. The river flowing through the valley also symbolizes the process of purification. Water represents the vital energy that flows through us, cleansing us of unnecessary burdens. The choice of this scene may indicate a person seeking to purify their mind and heart, to free themselves from negative emotions and beliefs. The river flowing peacefully through the mountains reminds us that the process of purification is not something violent, but rather natural and peaceful, requiring patience and acceptance of the natural rhythm of life. The choice of this image also indicates a desire to live in harmony with nature. The mountains, which provide a stable foundation, and the river, which flows gently, are a perfect image of how spirituality can be understood as a process of harmony with nature and oneself. The spirituality associated with this image is a quest for inner peace, allowing one to live in harmony with oneself and the world around them. It is also a reminder that every moment, every step, every moment of life has its place and meaning if we are able to pause and appreciate what we have. The mountains and the river are also a symbol of the spiritual path. By choosing this scene, you suggest that you are on a path that leads to simplicity, peace, and deep understanding. Here, there is neither haste nor pressure, only the fluidity of life that leads you to inner balance. The spirituality associated with this image is not something to conquer, but something to let manifest naturally through harmony with oneself and the world. Each chosen image represents a unique way of connecting with spirituality, with another aspect of our inner world and our relationship with the universe. Whether you choose a forest bathed in light, a mysterious tree with deep roots, a figure meditating in a cosmic space, a dark cave illuminated by a fire, or a peaceful mountain with a flowing river, each of these visions says something about your inner journey. This is not just about choosing an image, but about inviting you to reflect more deeply on how you perceive your spirituality, how you find balance, and how you connect with something greater than yourself. Spirituality is a path that has no single, universal destination. It is a process that takes different forms, depending on how each of us connects with the world and ourselves. The choice of these images helps you understand what your needs and desires are in this area. Whether you seek tranquility in nature, inner transformation, cosmic unity, introspection, or simplicity and harmony, each of us has a unique spiritual path that leads to the ultimate goal: deep integration and understanding of oneself. I encourage you, after choosing your image, to take a moment to reflect on what it means to you. What aspects of your spirituality might be reflected in it? What values and needs drew you to this vision? This can be the beginning of another fascinating journey into the heart of your inner self, to discover new, deeper layers of your consciousness and connect with what surrounds you. Thank you for participating in this small but meaningful experience. Remember that spirituality is a personal and unique journey whose meaning and purpose evolve depending on where we are. Stay open to this journey and let each change bring you peace, wisdom, and harmony.